Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chris back with another Proto Tech Tip, and for this week I'm going to talk about a new metal forming operation that we're excited to offer here at Protocase and ProtoSpace Mfg, and it's called dimple forming. So let's get into it. Here at Protocase and ProtoSpace Mfg, we're all about making your life easier, and that's why we're constantly adding new features and services. As part of our one-stop shop model, we want to be your one-stop shop for custom parts, so you don't have to waste any time dealing with multiple suppliers and the latencies that come with it. So we're excited to share that we are now offering dimple forming. It's a metal forming process which involves pressing the edge of the hole between dimple dies to form a beveled or flared edge. As it is part of our in-house, we can manufacture fully custom parts with dimple forming in as fast as 2 to 3 days. So what's dimple forming actually used for? Well, it's useful for a few reasons. First up, it adds strength. By pressing a bevel around a hole, it increases the stiffness and strength right where you need it. This means that you can often use thinner, lighter materials without losing that structural integrity. Now, speaking of lighter, dimple forming is also great for weight reduction. You can strategically remove material by adding dimples, which helps lighten the part while keeping it strong. It can also create a great anti-slip surface. Think of small protruding dimples on a tread plate. They provide excellent grip. And of course, sometimes you just want something to look good. Dimples can be used for cosmetic reasons, adding a unique aesthetic to your design. Now let's talk about the dimple dies that we have in stock. We have the 0.5-inch dimple die, then moving up to 1 inch, 1.5, 2, and finally the 2.5-inch dimple die. So these dies have different diameters and depth. The minor diameter refers to the inner opening of the dimple, which is the smallest diameter of the process. The major diameter, on the other hand, is the outer edge of the dimple where the material flattens out. And the depth of the die defines how far the material is displaced vertically. And for the different dies that we stock, here are the different values that you should be mindful of. Our stock dies can handle a variety of materials. These include aluminum, cold rolled steel, galvanneal, and 304 stainless steel. For 50-52 aluminum, cold rolled steel, and galvanneal, they can handle thicknesses up to 0.13 inches. And when it comes to 304 stainless steel, they're rated for thicknesses up to 0.094 inches. Please note though that unfinished parts may display minor tool marks, and cosmetic bare metal finishes will be touched up where possible. Now, it's important to understand also that we only guarantee tolerances on a few key dimensions for the dimples. For the major diameter, the minor diameter, and the height, we guarantee a tolerance of plus or minus 40 thousandths of an inch. Next, let's talk about the minimum bend requirements that you need to keep in mind. And first up, the minimum center to edge distance, and this changes depending on the size of your dimple. So for a 1/2 inch dimple, you'll need at least 0.61 inches. For a 1 inch dimple, it's 1 inch. For a 1.5 inch dimple, it requires a minimum distance of 1.44 inches. A 2 inch dimple needs 1.86 inches, and for 2.5 inch dimples, you're looking at 2.3 inches. Now, for the maximum distance from the center to the closest edge, don't go over 24 inches. And what about the distance from the edge of a hole to a major diameter? A good rule of thumb here is to keep it at least twice the material's thickness for hole diameters up to 0.375 inches or 9.5 millimeters, and use the minimum center to edge guidelines for larger diameters. So if you're using multiple dimples on the same part, make sure to check out this chart for minimum center to center spacing values. Please note that these values are in inches, and remember, you can always find this information out on our website. So I hope this video gave you a good understanding of dimple forming and what to keep in mind when incorporating them into your designs. If you do have any questions, our team is always going to be ready to help. Just fill out the contact form on either of our websites, and we'll add those links to the description below. And that's it for this week's Proto Tech Tip. Until next time, take care.